right, I'm going to show you how to log into our new filter, GoGuardian, so that you can set up your classes and monitor student Chromebook activity. So you're going to start from your main page and you're going to open up class link. That's going to be right here from the district bookmarks. And I already have it open here. So when I open up class link, I'm going to search for the app that looks like this right here. It's called GoGuardian. And so when you click on it for the first time, it's going to take you through a login process. So you're only going to have to do this one time, and then it will be a one-click login after this. All right, so it's going to bring up a privacy agreement that you're going to have to scroll down. Obviously, you will want to read this carefully, as we do all privacy agreements. Scroll to the bottom. You are fine to click and sign it. Of course, we have already ensured that it is safe for you to be using this. So you're going to click the box and click accept. It's then going to bring up another privacy agreement that you're going to want to scroll through. You can see it is quite lengthy, so feel free to peruse that, and then you're going to check that box at the bottom, and you're going to accept that. And that will just be a one-time thing, only the first time that you use it this year that you'll have to do that. Then when you log into GoGuardian, it's going to show that it should have your name there. You are the teacher. And the first thing you're going to see here are your classrooms. And you can see you do not have any active classrooms. So you're going to link your classes from Google Classroom. So we're going to click right here where it says Import Google Classroom. And if it says no classrooms available, it just says click here to reconnect your Google account. So again, these are all one-time things that you're going to have to do, and the next time you log into GoGuardian, it should take you right in. So you're going to scroll down, you're going to click Allow, because again, it's just asking that GoGuardian has access. It's verifying that yes, you do want GoGuardian to access your Google Classrooms. So now it's going to bring you back once you've relinked your Google account, and you're going to click this Import Your Google Classrooms. And now you're going to see all of your Google Classrooms come up. You can select them all if you want. If you have classes that you don't think you're going to need to monitor, you can uncheck those and just check the ones that you're going to need. So I'm going to check them all here for Sarah, and I'm going to import those classrooms. Once those classrooms are imported, this is how your main dashboard is going to look. So you can see we're still in our classrooms, and here are all of our classes where we can monitor our Chromebooks. So you will see if you click on the settings, you have you can add a co-teacher, you can add students to it, you can remove the class. So you have quite a few choices there of things that you can do. But for the most part, I would think most of you are just looking to make sure that students are focused on their tasks. So right here is where you're going to be able to set the session time. They kind of give you a few default, but you can set a custom end time if you don't like any of those choices. So I'm just going to choose 60 minutes for now, and I'm going to start the class. And that's really all you have to do to get going with monitoring your student Chromebooks. Make sure, at the end of the session that you end it, just so the fact that the next teacher that has those students are able to, be able to see them. So you can see the sixth graders are all offline because they're at lunch right now, but normally you would see that student's activity there. And if you clicked on them in particular, we don't have a call enabled, but you can open a new tab for them. You could select all the students and open a new tab for them. You could lock their device, so if you wanted them not to be doing anything, you could lock those devices so they're not doing anything. You can unlock their devices as well. And so that's how those, so if you were to select all of the students, you could click right, go offline. It would, if you check, you'll see, if you check that, it will check all the students. So I could open a new tab for those students simply by, clicking open a new tab, putting in the URL, and then opening it, and it would automatically open on all those student devices, which would be really helpful, particularly for our younger students. I know the K1, a couple of K1 teachers used this feature with our last filter and found it very helpful, so that they could only had to do this once and not run around the room helping every student individually. So that is a really nice feature. It also is linked with Google Classroom, so you could open up Google Classroom right here for them, or open a specific assignment if you wanted for them right from here. So that's a nice feature. You can adjust how many students you're seeing in a row, so you can make them bigger or smaller. Okay, so I want to show you what it looks like once the students are logged in. So you can see I have a student right here who is in my class. My class is running. There's 28 minutes remaining. I can update the time and change it. I can extend the session. I can customize and put a new end time and update that. So if I click on my student right here to expand, I can see what this user is doing. So I can see right now my student is on National Geographic Kids watching videos. I can see the student activity right here. I can see that the student has his or her drive open, Google Classroom, there's a new tab, and then there is Gmail open. I can chat with that student if I want, and you can see I can turn it on or off, and by turning it off, it really, the student won't be responding to you then. So you would really only need to turn it on if you want the student to be chatting with you. So you can turn it on, and you could message the student and say, do you have any questions? And you can send that. And then the student is going to get notified on their screen that there is a message, and they can view that message, and then they can say, can I work on my essay? Of course, they're going to say that, right? Sure. And then you're going to get that back on your screen. And you can see this is what the student sees on their sidebar. So they still see their National Geographic, and then they also see this chat. So you can chat back and forth. So you can turn that on or off. You can actually annotate on the student's screen by using this little dot. It's not going to write on their screen. It's just going to draw their attention to something. So you can change the color. So like if I wanted it to be red, I can change the pointer size, small or big, and really draw their attention to something. So that's what annotate on their screen. And then send an announcement will only send it to YouTube, but if there are other students, then you could send it to all the students as well. If you go to resources, this brings up, it's connected to Google Classroom, so you could actually bring a student right to an assignment. So if you said to them, I want you to open up that Google Classroom assignment, and they're like, I just can't find it, I don't know what it is. You can have their screen open, go to resources, click on the assignment, and then down here, open the tab and the attachments for that student. So on that student screen, you're going to see this particular assignment had a link. It's going to take that student right to that link. If it was a doc, it will open the doc for them. If it's a slideshow, it will open it right for them. So this can be very helpful for some of our younger students who might struggle, or maybe for some of our older students who are just having a struggle that day finding where they need to be. So these are all really useful tools. We can close a tab. So for example, if we said, okay, we're not watching this video on National Geographic Kids, I'm just going to close that tab for you so that you're not doing that anymore. And so now you can see that tab is gone, and it's gone for the student. They can no longer access that tab unless they were to open it themselves. So you can lock their device, which won't allow them to do anything. So for example, maybe you're in class and you're giving some instructions and you see students have gone ahead and you really want them to listen. You can lock that device, and basically on the student's screen, you could use the eyes up front example, or you could say, please listen to my directions, and lock the screen. And now YouTube's browser has been locked. So it says you have locked the student's device, and you see right now on the student side, it says browsing disabled. Message from your teacher, please listen to my directions. And then you can unlock the device, and now the student can go ahead and be back to browsing what they want. I just wanted to make sure everyone could get going with our new filtering system, GoGuardian, and you could monitor those student Chromebooks as soon as you need to. So you're going to end the session at the end. It will say end the session, and it's going to ask you a little survey. Yes, we had a great time in GoGuardian. Awesome. And you're going to go back to your timelines. You're back to your classes, and you're going to be back here at the beginning. Okay, I'm going to show you how to check and see if students will be blocked from a website. So many of you send me links to websites and ask to make sure that students won't be blocked. Well, you can do that yourself now. So if you are in your classroom platform in GoGuardian, you can say check if a website is blocked, and you're just going to put the URL. So let's say, for example, I want to see if National Geographic Kids is going to be blocked. So I copy that link, I paste it right here, and then I say check website. And it says good news, this website will not be blocked for any classroom. So you don't have to be in GoGuardian to assign this to kids, and it's not going to make a difference whether you're in GoGuardian or whether you just paste the link in your Google Classroom. Our filter, GoGuardian, is not going to block kids from going to kids.nationalgeographic.com. Okay, so just so you know, this does not apply for YouTube videos. So YouTube videos will still have to either be checked by you with a student account, like have a student log in, or we have a couple of student accounts that we've given to teachers. So if you would like that student account information, we can give it to you, and then you can check them yourself. Or you can send them in a tech ticket and ask for them to be unblocked, and those will find their way to me, and I will unblock them ASAP, either that day or the next day, and send you an email back saying that it's been unblocked. I just want to show you what it looks like if it says it is blocked. So I'm going to type in Facebook, because I know that that's blocked for kids, I think, and adults. So you can see it says, okay, these are my classes, second period and social studies 2021-2022. This website will be blocked for all students. So I know students will not be able to go to Facebook. So if it was a website that you wanted unblocked, so you checked it, this is definitely blocked, you can put it in a tech ticket and send it to me and say, it will get routed to me and say, I would like this website unblocked. I've checked it. It's fine for kids to use, and we can make sure that that is unblocked for them. You can see they're not only blocked in school, but also when they're out of school. So both in school and out of school, students will be blocked from Facebook. So that is how you can check yourself to see whether or not websites will be blocked for students.